This was my last away session, and here I tried to devote a bit more time to understanding where I'm at in terms of my running technique and running style. So what I was going to do was a few exercises to kind of prime my neuromuscular system to get into move as well as I possibly could, while also testing a few things around. So started off with a few exercises. In here I was doing a few switches, a few A skips, and I'm noticing now a few mistakes already that I wasn't aware of while I was performing this. So first of all, I knew that I had to keep my upper body nice and straight, stay tall, and drive through the hips without having them lower too much, because I understand that a hip that moves up and down is a waste of potential energy. What I did not really know yet was how dorsiflexion is also very important, and this is something that I am still noticing to this time, is that it isn't ingrained in the way that I move, in the way that I run, to always try and keep my ankle flexed in a way that is actually able to transfer more power as soon as it hits the ground. So it's gonna come up also in the sprint attempts that are coming next. And I will point it out because I think it's very important and it's detracting from the way that I could improve. But I understand this, so it's only a matter of implementing that and paying attention, spending some extra time in trying to relearn the technique in a way that is more suitable to running better and faster. In here I was also doing some extra upper body stuff, just sprinkled in. I was doing a superset of dips and ring rows, and then I was also doing a couple of handstands for time. But the main bulk of the workout was on sprinting, and just the first step really, because this is also something that I believe is very important, since I am basically training by myself and I am sort of my own coach, with all the limitation of what my current knowledge is at the moment. So I will have to take some extra time in learning things and learning from my mistakes, which is something that I'm perfectly happy with and I'm prepared to do. So here, again, I wasn't aware really that I should be trying and keeping my ankle dorsiflexed while performing these switches. The position is a good one because it allows me to be in a leaning forward body position, where I am kind of mimicking where I should be at the start of each sprint. So what I'm trying to do is to get the switching of the two legs very quickly, in a way that the leg that's on the floor leaves the floor before the other leg is able to tap on the floor. And this should basically replicate the first few steps, where I really need to be in the air as little as possible and get as many quick steps in with proper form, with proper alignment of my joints, that should propel me forward and generate a lot of power quickly without wasting too much time. But of course, I'm still finding somewhat hard to switch in a way that is quick enough. And basically what happens, what ends up happening is my leg that's coming down hits the floor at kind of the same time as the other one leaves it. So it's hard to keep the torso in a straight position, and there is a bit of a hip movement. Now here are my starting positions on the grass, which wasn't the best, and soon it will become evident why. But from the get-go, first I'm leaning back. Here is where I slipped, and then I moved over to the road, which was a better and stronger position to start from. What I was noticing here was that heel recovery was really poor, especially in the first repetitions. While I watched these back, I noticed that, and I was really trying to get my heels to stay as close to the floor, to the ground as possible, because if I let my shins come back and to the back of my leg, then the front leg really needs to do a lot of movement and stay in the air for too long, and that takes away from the short air times that I should be getting in here. And dorsiflexion is also a big part of that. So if I'm able to drive my front leg forward with my ankle already flexed, then I'm able to really close the gap much quicker, and the time that the leg spends in the air is lower, and that allows me to get some extra time off the first step. And then the next step, sorry for the pun, not intended, is to get a good switch in. So basically what I was trying to work on with the switches on the tree. So many things to think about, but this is really good fun, and I think that I'm on the right path, although it's slow. Ciao.